he gets to right when he gets to Arsenal, he shows out.
Yeah, right away.
Shows out right away. I mean, rightfully so. It was a kind of a fuck you to Jose Moreno and Manchester United.
Yeah, that dude is holding you guys back. Straight up.
A club that big, with that much money, we expect the best manager in the world, or one of the best managers in the world. They definitely give him way too much clout.
Who is that guy?
Right. What are you sipping on?
Ordinance. I've had the double.
Oh yeah.
I've had the double IPA with like 10%.
That's the one I was like, yo, that's from small town in Oregon.
Yeah, it was like from
Boardman.
Yeah, that's
Boardman, Oregon.
Yeah, where's Board? I was looking at like, where's Boardman?
I do not know, but I've seen that in a few spots now. Ordinance Brewing.
Yeah, they have their double IPAs.
Check out
ordinancebrewing.com. First time I've had this one.
I don't even know what you brought me.
That was a popular one. I don't know if it's Freem or Preem.
It's out of Hood River. I know that.
I'll actually never had them.
No, I'm not. Cannot say that I have. I like it though. It's delicious. The bottle is fancy. That's what did it for you, as usual. The label, the marketing.
I've had it before at a couple bars.
Alright, fair enough. What's good? Welcome to another FIFA Sessions here at Road City Sports Talk. Bryce, Trost, Anwar, Jones. We kind of just gave a shout out to this actually, the brewers that we were sitting on before we just jumped in there. But shout out to Ordinance one more time. And you want to say that shit for me? Freem? I feel like I'm gonna mess that up. Whatever. It's local, so we're gonna sip on it and we're gonna enjoy it. I gotta hit pause real quick. My guys are, you know what I mean? We're all messed up. I gotta switch sides. If you didn't already know, FIFA Sessions is a live sports and gaming talk show. Slide over to Instagram. That's at Rose City Sports Talk 503, where you can check out our live game cam, which also serves as like a behind the scenes of us just like bantering about random shit. Today was a legit banter. Because we're playing with Manchester United right now. Manchester United versus Man City.
Free Paul Pogba.
Yeah. So might as well talk about it.
Free him.
We've been saying for the last year, Jose Moreno doesn't utilize Paul Pogba the way he should. And then we see in the World Cup, now that he's a World Cup champion, that well,
Moreno had the audacity.
he knows what he's doing.
He had the audacity. What was his comment?
Today, he basically said,
I gotta quote him.
You're gonna quote Jose Moreno? Anwar's a big fan of this guy right now.
He's big season. He goes over with another manager, and he becomes World Cup champ. The leader of that team.
I mean, second youngest squad in the World Cup. He definitely having some experience.
He dominated.
He showed up, played the vet, played the leader, and it translated.
What he did on the defensive end, what he did as far as playmaking, like he was the catalyst. Yeah, Mbappe was the star. Griezmann put in a lot of goals, but like Pogba was the center force behind that team.
So to extend on that though, you said the defensive plays he made, they were on point. Like some of his recovery plays were also crazy, but his biggest argument in current times with Jose Moreno, now that we're talking about Manchester United again, is that Jose sets him too far back. Moreno sets him too far back in the formation, and then he ends up getting stuck more on those defensive schemes. Whereas we still saw that in the World Cup, but it's like
he did both.
He really he did not lag back after the defensive play was made and the ball was in transition. He stayed with it, so you ended up seeing him on the offensive end of the game too.
He was his through balls.
I think we saw a little bit of both in season one with Pogba and Moreno in terms of, I think we're feeling each other out, and there might have been a little bit of attitude involved in terms of like, this is not where I like to play. He's sitting me so far back, therefore maybe it's possible we weren't seeing the full, skill of Pogba at that in you know this last season.
But you gotta make him comfortable.
You do need to make
Him and Lukaku.
he is one of your stars, but it's been proven obviously at Juventus. But ooh. No, oh, you were not going to score that early. You were not going to score that early.
That was filthy,
again.
though. Live
Game feed over on Instagram at Rose City Sports Talk 503. And while you're at it, hit us on YouTube. Give us a subscribe. Maybe you know we'll let you talk some shit with us. That's a goal right here opening. That was a beautiful dive.
Free Paul Pogba.
Beautiful dive.
But we got to talk about the guy who got his freedom.
The guy his freedom. I mean. Wait, which one you gonna talk about?
The guy who got his freedom, the main guy, Kawhi Leonard. He didn't want to be the same.
Is it freedom though? Is it freedom?
Look what freedom brings you right there.
He wants to go to LA.
He wanted out.
He wanted out. He didn't want out. But we already know.
He doesn't want to go to Toronto.
We already know he doesn't want to go to Toronto. He took to social media right after it.
So all that, hold up, but like
DeRozan doesn't want to necessarily even be in San Antonio, which to me, he should.
He just feels betrayed. Like he
should feel betrayed.
He loves the city.
He
they always talk about loyalty.
Yeah.
Loyalty. There's no loyalty in this shit. It's all about what the team, whether they're trying to save money or whether they're trying to rebuild or whatever the focus is. Maybe they're going for the championship. Like they'll sacrifice you in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
They just told him like the week before that he wasn't going anywhere. And he wanted to be a lifer. He's embracing that community. There's a lot of work there. Like he was part of Toronto, and they got rid of him. And I can't blame Masai Ujiri for making that deal, because one, they reached their ceiling. Like,
yeah, who came up? That was my question right here. Is who came up more? Who came up?
Let's tell them the deal.
So no matter what, we're seeing Kawhi Leonard go to Toronto.
The pieces are Kawhi Leonard and Danny Green and $5 million.
Yeah.
$5 million over there to Toronto for Jacob Poeltl, DeMar DeRozan, of course, the headliner, and then a first rounder. A first rounder that's protected, which is top 20 protected, and then it converts over to 2 second rounders. So if you're
explain that to me. Explain that to me.
So if it falls, it's a top 20 protected there.
Yeah.
So if they get
that, I understand. Cool.
So if it doesn't get converted in there, if it falls outside of that protection,
yeah, then
that pick turns into 2 second round picks.
Okay.
So they didn't really give up too much there. Like if they're a lottery, if they suck, if they have to trade, if they have to end up flipping Kawhi Leonard just to save face in that deal, then that's what they do. I think it makes them one of the best defensive teams in the league. That type of length that they have now on the perimeter, with OG Anunoby and Kawhi Leonard there, to go alongside some of their other. Kyle Lowry's a pit bull when he wants to be on the defense end.
Thank you. I was about to cut you off and be like, come on now, don't give him that much credit. He's a pit bull.
I mean, he's an all-star.
He's an all-star, but you can also be voted into the all-star game. So.
I think he's always a pit bull. I just think he sometimes with his scoring, especially during the playoffs, and that was one of the main reasons why they had to trade DeMar DeRozan. What more were you going to do? How many times were you going to flame out instead of run this back over and over?
Hold up.
We saw DeRozan on the bench.
Was it a flame out though? You win against the King every year. You or Boston, didn't matter who, had to go against the King and had to lose.
Even the number one seed and got swept.
You are the number one seed.
Even though they were in a lot of those games, they blew a couple big leads in that series.
Yeah.
And then they lost on the buzzer beater to LeBron, that little sick floater that he did. I mean, yeah, you could have been in those games, but you got swept. And you were the number one seed. And the year before, You got swept. No, you didn't get.
No.
You got,
Yes.
won
Yes.
those,
Yes. No. You got swept.
Oh, they won those 2 games that meant nothing, and then they turned. No, it was
No. They got swept.
Was it the year? It was the year before.
Yes.
It was the year before.
They had lost 8 in a row to LeBron
So they lost
James.
3 straight years.
They had lost 10 in a row
Crazy.
to LeBron James.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's what it was.
Because they won the 2-0, and then they tied the series
2-2.
That was the year that they won the championship.
Oh my God, that was brutal.
So they basically have.
I see
they're
what
12,
you mean, like flame
they're
out,
12 and 2.
I see what you mean by flame out.
The way they
but
lost,
here's the,
bad
yes,
optics.
I get it.
We saw when DeMar DeRozan was.
It broke Aubrey's heart. We get it. But here's the
Did
thing.
it though?
Nothing breaks Aubrey's heart. Yo, so here's my.
He's always.
Another Drake reference. Always. Do you think with LeBron James no longer being in the East, DeRozan, I mean, did it not clear a path for this? I mean, everybody at that point was all like, yo, Philly and Boston, that's a wrap. The Eastern Conference Finals, that's who's going to be in there. But really, Toronto, again, wasn't out of the picture. We just were still at the time annoyed that they went out with a sweep, being the #1 seed. I get that, but LeBron is gone.
Here's the thing. Yes, LeBron is gone, but we saw the struggles with that team, even against non, against other teams other than LeBron. They were struggling. They were struggling against your Milwaukee's of the world. They basically shooting under 40% in a lot of those series between those 2 stars. Yeah, LeBron's out, but now do you trust them to beat Boston when Boston is stacked? Do you trust them?
A healthy Boston?
Like a healthy Boston?
If Boston completely reloads as they have in terms of like health-wise,
or just one of those guys?
No, both
like
of them. You're gonna need both of them now.
No, I don't look what Boston just did last year. If Kyrie Irving or Gordon Hayward is in that series, you think they beat Cleveland? Just one of those guys. You think they beat Cleveland last year?
No.
How? They were that close. Like they were Jason Tatum away from like they just didn't get Jason Tatum the ball.
Yeah.
But
I truly think
Terry Rozier went 1 for 12 or something like that in that game.
The other role players that never show up would have shown up just a little bit more.
I don't know, man. He had another all-star to that squad.
If Kyrie was there. Because they would have added a little bit more chippiness to it. Again, yeah, I took him out early.
Boston is rugged. You're just getting a better Jason Tatum and a better Jaylen Brown. Like that team's gonna be rugged. They got Marcus Smart back in the fold. He just signed a 4-year, $52 million extension.
Here's my question. Back to the original question.
Boston's that team.
Okay, actually, don't even answer my question yet. Now let's slide over to San Antonio. What does San Antonio gain with a LaMarcus Aldridge, DeRozan, and company? Patty. We don't know. They've already lost.
This is San Antonio. Pop. Just put Pop in there.
But we don't know if Pop's gonna be there beyond next year.
So we know Pop. They say the rumor is that Pop's gonna be there. His last year is gonna be 2020. So I think what Pop is doing right now, you can say, yeah, he wants to establish, maintain that winning culture. So from the get-go,
do you think
they
Pop
didn't really
knows
want
Trump's gonna run for re-election? And then when he wins, that's why Pop's like, I'm out of here.
I don't know.
Pop's like a genius, is he not?
I think Pop can run for president, man.
I don't know. Pop would be pissing the media off. You know what I mean? Like maybe asking some serious, in-depth questions, and Pop would be like, "We're good." And then, we're good. With
him going over there to Pop's part of the big 3. That's the big 3. Pop's still the man. He's gonna keep them afloat. And DeMar DeRozan going there, shit.
You said Pop's still part of the big 3.
He's their big 3. Pop is the mastermind behind that whole system. Man.
I'm saying I know. I just called him like a genius, but I wouldn't.
It's Pop.
I think the pieces he has don't matter. Like, you know what I mean? He's been great
Let's
at
talk about
drawing.
the pieces.
He's been great at drawing those pieces to him, but at the same time, they've stuck around for a long time.
They have DeMar DeRozan for the next 3 years. So they got DeMar DeRozan on a max contract. But what does DeMar DeRozan give you? Like DeMar DeRozan is an assassin on the offensive end. Like best footwork in the league. Like that dude is a monster. Now, yes, has he failed in certain situations during the playoffs? Yeah. But maybe what happens when he's in Pop's system? Can he thrive more? He's gonna have a chip on it. He's definitely gonna have a chip on his shoulder. He's pissed off about the betrayal that he's had, but San Antonio's a loyal franchise. San Antonio's gonna bring him in. He's a quiet, reserved guy. He's gonna fit right in with the culture. As far as the system, yeah, San Antonio's got in Bruce Bowen to hit threes. They revamped Kawhi's jump shot. They had Tony Parker hitting threes. Like they had improved Richard Jefferson's three-point shots to allow him to stay in the league. That extended Richard Jefferson's career. Shout out myself for taking the lead. Check the live game feed on Rose City Sports Talk 503. I'll let you put it. But they kept Richard Jefferson afloat in the league because they taught him that corner three. What makes it? DeMar DeRozan always comes back and improves his game. He's a dedicated hard worker. He's gonna be able to come. Yeah, that was filthy.
That was not.
He's gonna be able to come in there.
Oh, that's filthy.
They're gonna teach him Engelman, best shooting coach in the league. They're gonna teach him to extend his range. If he can already shoot that mid-range jump shot the way he can, he'll be able to. One team can do it. It's gonna be San Antonio. I think 47 wins they had last year. He's at least good for three or four wins, right? on the low end, like you can have a team right now, considering what they've done over the years, they can be right back to a 55, 60 win team next year. Now that's maybe a daunting task in the West. Yeah. But I can definitely see them.
You were not
even if. Even if they don't win anything around a 60-win team, I can easily see them finishing with at least home court advantage. They're gonna get the best out of DeRozan, and I think him and LaMarcus, they're gonna have a nice 1-2 scoring combination, man. I think there's been too much talk about like. Analytics don't like DeMar DeRozan because of his mid-range game. They don't old school versus new school mindset. With this, but
check out the live game feed over at Instagram. Rose City Sports Talk 503. We're tied up. You can see the disgust on his face. Shout out one time, because we did not do this at the beginning of the episode, to Chuckie Buckets.
Chuckie, we buck.
Who's providing tonight's score. Check him out over at soundcloud.com/Chuckie Buckets PDX. You can also see him tonight, downtown Portland at Kelly's Olympian for Northwest Select. He'll be DJing, previewing some of his beats.
There you go.
And then, probably having a few of those rainiers. We sip on the finer things, whereas, ordnance. You're going to have to, again, Freem?
Yeah.
Freem?
We're going to keep it going.
Yeah, Freem.
Somebody want to text us, let us know.
Yeah,
Shout out. Live feed.
That's good shit. All right. Keep pushing. Anyway, so back to the original question. Which team came up more?
Let me just finish. I just think too many people are sleeping on DeMar DeRozan, man.
I'm not sleeping on DeMar, and I'm definitely not sleeping on DeMar with LaMarcus. I just want to know what overall.
I think it's a win-win.
Come on, Jalen Rose. Give me something a little more. I mean,
I do think it's a win-win because
even though they're both annoyed. Even though they both don't want to be there.
Okay, so one
don't give me that business thing. We already said that.
One aspect of this thing is that he has to play. There's like in the rules, like they basically, if he were to sit out the season, Toronto has the rights. They basically control.
Where's your team?
I don't know. They basically control his rights. So because he sat out the season in a free agent year, when in the last year of his deal, he cannot go to another team without the blessing of said team. So he has to come out and play. Another reason why he's going to have to come out and dominate.
It's a contract year.
It's a contract year.
Yeah.
Exactly. So he has to
It's
earn
a big contract
because
year for the whole league too.
since he only played 9 games, you're gonna actually have to all out. So you're gonna be on a team that was the number 1 seeded team last year. Boston probably would have been that team if Kyrie Irving didn't get hurt. More than likely, they're gonna be the number 1 seed. But I think Toronto is gonna be battling with them next year, and I think they have the team.
More so than Philly.
More so than the thing about Philly, what I'm worried about is that they've had a shaky offseason, to say the least. They should have been the team that really traded for Kawhi. They had his medical records.
Come on.
They were right there.
They were the first.
They had a lot of assets too.
They were the first team to get their hands on the actual updated,
Come on, man.
confirmed medical records.
Make that deal.
Yeah.
You put if they're winning. The thing about
When you told
Philly,
me that, I thought that's actually where it was starting to lead.
yeah, I thought it was too. If you think about Philly, unlike Toronto, you got 2. Oh my goodness.
Oh, you ran into your own dude. Thank you. Thank you. You just did that. You just did that.
I can't believe that. With Toronto, you have all the reason to gamble right now because you got 2 stars under 25.
No, shoot!
I mean, two superstar type of players.
Oh my.
So if you swing for the fences right now, if Kawhi doesn't want to stay, it's all good. You take another hit. You take another stab at it because you have 2 guys, 2 foundational pieces that you can swing for the fences again until you get that championship. For them not to take that risk makes no sense to me, and I think they haven't improved their team. I think with Ersan Ilyasova and Bellinelli, they added a good. Oh my goodness! I knew it was coming.
Ooh, that was filthy. Check out the game-winning goal. I'm gonna call it now. The game-winning goal over at Instagram. That's our live game cam feed at Roasty Sports Talk 503. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a share, and do the same on us on YouTube because we need those subscribes now.
We do. Shout out.
We're basically giving the bird the Facebook. We're just, we're
Nah, shout out to Facebook too.
Yeah, I guess.
Or not.
Okay.
Some of the shit I be hearing, I don't know, man. A little suspect. But yo, what was that?
I just wanted an answer. You were still giving me this politically correct. I'm gonna walk it down the line and give you a yes. But I want to know which team in the it's playoffs. But it is May of 2019. Who's looking better? San Antonio? Oh my goodness. Or Toronto?
We were talking about Philly. The reason why Philly didn't make that.
I know. You were digressing from my original question.
I just can't.
San Antonio in the West, that what it is now.
West is so stacked.
But here's the thing.
West is so stacked.
This is another good.
I don't think that they can. I don't think they're good enough to get out of it. Like where do you define success? Because
right now
for San Antonio.
In the West, it's basically the Western Conference Finals.
Okay.
So
which is a possibility. The thing, San Antonio, they love to compete. They've been to the playoffs.
You asked me what is success. In Greg Popovich's mind, I'd say
a championship.
Well, yeah, of course.
Pop does this for champions.
Yeah, of course. But in terms of being reasonable, I'm saying if they got to the Western Conference, because that San Antonio team is not beating Golden State.
It's not unreasonable when.
Don't say that. Don't even.
Now, of course, Kawhi Leonard is a better player than DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna go there.
You
but
said it.
A lot of, we look at San Antonio.
No!
Yeah!
No!
Yes, that was wicked.
Oh,
check the live feed on Instagram, man. Rosie Sports Talk 503. That was one of the most filthiest goals you ever seen in your goddamn life.
Oh,
that was nice. Oh, wait. That was good. Fourth quarter, baby.
Shout out to Chuckie Buckets, tonight's scoring producer.
That was a rip,
Check him out,
boy.
SoundCloud.com/Chuckie Buckets PDX. You can also catch him tonight at Kelly's Olympian.
I'm admiring this.
For Northwest Selects, that's tonight in Portland. Northwest Selects at Kelly's Olympian. Come check it out. That goal was ridiculous.
Oh man, I think San Antonio, they're known for plugging guys into their system.
Yeah.
It's not about your individual greatness. How can you fit within the system and let's get the best out of each other and let's pick people apart. And that's what San Antonio is tactical with that shit, man. They surgical with this bitch, as Denzel used to say in training day. Like that's just what they do. So I think Kawhi Leonard was on his rise during that series, and it was his offensive rise that was like, damn, this team he's really doing his thing, and this team really has a shot at beating Golden State. DeMar DeRozan has that type of taking over potential and scoring buckets, 25, 30 points a game. Now, if they can get the best out of him and put him in chances to succeed like Pop does, like the rise that DeMar DeRozan as a player could be I would say it could be enough to beat Golden State, but they can make some serious noise. I have a lot of faith in Pop, who's coached him before on the U.S. Olympic team, which we're going to see the trials coming up in a couple weeks.
That's another thing. We haven't even talked about that either. I mean, that was a whole other thing I was going to bring up, but keep going, keep it pushing.
I just think he's going to do a lot with that squad, man. I think you're going to get
I got up for that. You're going
to get Pop motivated. He's pissed off.
Already up for the celebration.
He's pissed off with the way the situation
That's a goal right here.
Took place. They have to save face, and he wants to basically put them in the best position after when he retires. If he's looking towards retirement, he's gonna definitely want to have them be.
No.
I can't believe I just messed that up. Oh my goodness. That was the game.
That was the game. You just fucked that shit up so bad.
And people think that they fucked up the trade because they didn't take draft picks. So that's the debate. A lot of what I keep on saying with the disrespect of DeMar DeRozan, they act like a guy who's been first team who's been an all NBA performer and has led a team to Eastern Conference, to the best record in the Eastern Conference they've been one of the most successful teams in the last 3 years in that conference. So
again,
it's not like he's not proven.
DeRozan could have been in the finals at some point. You know what I mean? I'm not saying they would. You just fucked that shit up. Yo, this is my game to lose. Let's go.
I can't believe I did it.
Yeah, you should have pulled the trigger on that. He dropped the red card. Red card. You didn't get anything.
Man.
You just pulled him down from behind,
Anything
sir.
can happen.
This ain't right.
But
okay.
And another thing with Toronto, if they don't sign Kawhi, they don't re-sign him. We knew they were bound for a rebuild.
Yeah.
They flamed out in the playoffs.
But they're avoiding it by 1 year. And if they pull the OKC
2020
they pull the OKC George move, then it might it might just completely pay off, and there might not be a rebuild.
Well, Savage here, he's a savvy GM, man. He's been successful in Denver. He built a good team in there. He's built a good team over here in Toronto. A lot of these guys aren't his players. These are guys from their holdovers from the Brian Colangelo time. Back when Bryce was running teams. So I think right now you have a chance to maybe put an imprint on your squad. A lot of bench are his hand-picked guys. Fred Van Fleet and OG Anunoby and DeLon Wright. These guys that he's drafted, he's had his input on. He's gonna want to build with those guys going forward. And I think he's gonna. If they don't,
they're so stacked.
If they don't have the Kawhi going into the fold, they'll eventually get rid of Serge Ibaka and Kyle Lowry. By 2020, they're gonna have pretty much their books are pretty much all cleared out except for Norman Powell, and just like you're drafting like guys are on like rookie contracts, but all the other long-term deals are gone. So you have a chance to just totally revamp your team and go from there. And I think he's good. He's a good enough GM where you can trust that he's going to rebuild that franchise into a playoff team if they do lose.
Oh
Kawhi.
no. Oh my God! Off of that,
And that is another beautiful cross. It's my boy, my Jamaican brethren, Raheem Sterling. Let's go, boy. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Take that game, boy.
Yeah, so that's gonna do it here for this quick installment of FIFA
Yeah.
Sessions. We're gonna take a quick break and get toasty, come back, talk a little bit more about Kawhi.
Get on, mess with the rude boy.
We haven't even touched Melo yet. And we got some other things to talk about. I gotta get out of here before he starts talking shit in his Jamaican accent.
You're all wrong with me, boy.
Oh yeah, check us out, roastedsportstalk.com. Like, follow, subscribe, and definitely share that.
Come check me out, boy.
Oh my God. Oh
Be
my
wicked with the
God.
sticks, boy. Be wicked. I'm wicked, boy.
It shouldn't even happen like that.
Right,
It shouldn't even happen like that.
No, it should have. I deserve that.
You didn't deserve it. The comeback, I got sloppy. I got sloppy on the defense. And you just started.
Man, I was winning that shot, boy. That wicked shot. Lick it, boy. Lick it from 30 feet, boy. What? Rip right into that, boy.